Did you know that sharks are older than trees? Or that there's a jellyfish that can live forever? Get ready to have your mind blown. In this video, we're diving into the weirdest, wildest, and most unbelievable facts about our world. Facts so fascinating, you won't be able to stop watching. Let's jump right in. The banana plant, often mistaken for a tree, is actually the largest grass on Earth. What looks like a trunk is just tightly packed leaves, making it the tallest representative of the grass family. The next time you enjoy a banana, think of it as a giant, fruity blade of grass. Cats have a unique survival trait called the righting reflex, which allows them to twist their bodies mid-air and land on their feet. This remarkable ability has evolved to protect them from injuries during falls, making them some of nature's most agile creatures. The Eiffel Tower grows taller by about 6 inches in the summer. This expansion happens because the iron heats up and expands in the sun. Once winter comes, the tower shrinks back to its original size. Imagine a building breathing with the seasons. Octopuses are incredible multitaskers thanks to their 9 brains, one in their head and one in each arm. The arm brains work semi-independently, allowing them to perform complex tasks like opening jars while exploring their surroundings. They're the true geniuses of the deep. Sloths can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes, outlasting dolphins by a significant margin. By slowing their heart rate, they conserve oxygen, a skill they use to evade predators in the water. Nature truly knows how to craft unique survival tactics. The Amazon River is so powerful that it pushes fresh water into the Atlantic Ocean for hundreds of miles. This massive flow alters the ocean's salinity and even creates a unique ecosystem where freshwater and saltwater mix. Butterflies can taste with their feet thanks to tiny sensors located on their legs. This adaptation helps them identify suitable plants for feeding or laying eggs. Imagine experiencing the world one step or taste at a time. The first oranges weren't orange. Originating in Southeast Asia, these fruits were green. And even today, oranges in tropical climates retain their green hue when ripe. The orange color we associate with the fruit comes from growing in cooler climates. In Japan, there's a train station that serves no travel purpose. It's purely scenic. The Seiryu Miharashi Station has no entrances or exits and exists solely for passengers to admire the stunning views of the surrounding landscape. Shark skeletons are made entirely of cartilage, not bone. This lightweight yet durable material gives them incredible agility and speed in the water. It's one reason why sharks have thrived for over 400 million years. Fleas can jump 200 times their body length. If humans had this ability, we could leap over skyscrapers in a single bound. These tiny creatures are nature's ultimate jumpers, showcasing incredible strength for their size. Did you know honey never spoils? Archaeologists have discovered jars of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still edible. Its natural preservatives make it one of the most enduring foods on Earth. Polar bear's fur isn't actually white, it's transparent. Each hair shaft reflects light, blending with the snow-covered Arctic environment. Beneath their fur, their skin is black, helping them absorb and retain heat. In the animal world, cows have best friends. Research shows that cows form strong social bonds and experience stress when separated. This emotional depth highlights how complex and intelligent these gentle creatures really are. The Great Wall of China isn't a single continuous structure. It's a series of fortifications built over centuries by various dynasties, stretching over 13,000 miles. Walking its entire length would take about 18 months. Starfish are remarkable regenerators. If they lose an arm, they can grow it back. And in some cases, they can regenerate an entirely new body from just one limb. Their survival skills are truly extraordinary. A single teaspoon of honey represents the life's work of 12 bees. To produce that amount, each bee visits over 2 million flowers and travels thousands of miles. The next time you enjoy honey, remember the incredible effort behind it. Horses can sleep both standing up and lying down. They owe this ability to a unique anatomical feature called the stay apparatus, which locks their legs in place. This adaptation helps them rest while remaining ready to flee from predators. The world's oldest wooden wheel, discovered in Slovenia, is around 5,000 years old. This incredible artifact provides a glimpse into the ingenuity of early humans and their ability to create sophisticated tools. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. The term perfectly matches their striking pink feathers and elegant one-legged poses. These birds bring a touch of drama to the animal kingdom. Dolphins have unique names for each other in the form of signature whistles. These whistles function like human names, allowing them to identify and communicate with specific individuals in their pods. The shortest war in history lasted just 38 minutes. Fought between Britain and the Sultanate of Zanzibar in 1896, it ended almost as soon as it began. It's a curious reminder of how quickly conflicts can be resolved or escalated. Did you know wombat poop is cube-shaped? This unique trait helps their droppings stay in place and mark their territory effectively. Nature's quirks are endlessly fascinating, aren't they? Fascinated by these incredible facts? There's so much more where that came from. If you're loving this journey of discovery, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's explore the world's wonders together. Sea cucumbers can eject their internal organs as a defense mechanism. When threatened, they expel their guts to confuse predators, then regrow the organs later. It's a gutsy survival strategy that truly sets them apart in the animal kingdom. The moon is slowly drifting away from Earth. Each year it moves about 1.5 inches farther from us, a phenomenon caused by tidal forces. This gradual separation will eventually alter how we experience tides and eclipses. Did you know tomatoes were once considered poisonous? Europeans in the 18th century believed the fruit was deadly because its acidic juice reacted with pewter plates, leaching lead into the food. Thankfully, we've since embraced tomatoes as a staple of global cuisine. Platypuses don't have stomachs. Their esophagi lead directly to their intestines, skipping the usual digestive process. This unique adaptation suits their diet of small aquatic creatures and makes them one of the most unusual mammals on Earth. Elephants are capable of recognizing themselves in a mirror. This self-awareness, shared by only a few species like dolphins and great apes, highlights their incredible intelligence. They're also known to mourn their dead, showcasing deep emotional complexity. Caterpillars completely dissolve inside their cocoons before becoming butterflies. During this transformation, their body tissues break down into a liquid state, which then reorganizes into a stunning new form. It's nature's ultimate metamorphosis. Peanuts are not nuts but legumes, like beans and lentils. They grow underground in pods, unlike true nuts such as almonds or walnuts. So the next time you enjoy peanut butter, remember you're technically spreading legumes on your toast. In 1911, the Mona Lisa was stolen from the Louvre and remained missing for 2 years. The thief, an Italian handyman, wanted to return it to Italy, believing it had been stolen by France. The heist ironically made the painting more famous than ever. The Sahara Desert was once a lush rainforest. Around 6,000 years ago, the region was covered in rivers and vegetation. Climate changes transformed it into the arid landscape we know today, but traces of its verdant past can still be found. Did you know spiders can use their silk to travel across continents? This phenomenon, called ballooning, involves spiders releasing silk threads to catch the wind, allowing them to float for miles. They've even been found thousands of feet above ground. The largest living organism on Earth isn't a whale or a tree. It's a fungus. Found in The humongous fungus covers over 2,385 acres and is estimated to be around 2,500 years old. This subterranean marvel quietly connects and sustains its ecosystem. Some lizards can walk on water. Known as the Jesus lizard, the basilisk lizard uses its wide feet and quick movements to create air pockets that keep it afloat. Watching them sprint across ponds is a sight straight out of a nature documentary. Rats laugh when tickled. Although their laughter is too high-pitched for human ears, researchers have recorded the sound, which is associated with playfulness and happiness. Who knew rodents had such a sense of humor? The average cloud weighs about 1 million pounds. Despite their fluffy appearance, clouds are made of countless water droplets, giving them substantial mass. Luckily, this weight is evenly distributed across the sky. Mount Everest grows by about 4 millimeters every year. The tectonic collision between the Indian and Eurasian plates pushes the mountain gradually higher. Everest's towering height is still on the rise, albeit at a glacial pace. Sharks existed long before dinosaurs. These ancient predators have roamed the oceans for over 400 million years, predating trees by 50 million years. Their resilience and adaptability have made them enduring icons of marine life. The oldest piece of chewing gum ever found is over 9,000 years old. Archaeologists discovered it in Finland, made from birch bark tar. This prehistoric gum was likely used for both enjoyment and medicinal purposes. Penguins propose to their mates with pebbles. Male penguins search for the smoothest, most perfect pebble to present to a potential mate. If accepted, the pair uses the pebble to build their nest, a romantic and practical gesture. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest living structure. Spanning over 1,400 miles, it's so vast it can be seen from space. This natural wonder is home to thousands of marine species and plays a crucial role in maintaining ocean health. Jellyfish have been around for over 500 million years, making them one of the oldest living creatures on Earth. These fascinating animals have no brain, heart, or bones, yet they've survived multiple mass extinctions. The tiny tardigrade, also known as the water bear, can survive in outer space. These microscopic creatures endure extreme conditions by entering a state of cryptobiosis, making them nearly indestructible. Cows have nearly 360-degree vision. Their wide-set eyes allow them to see all around, except for a small blind spot directly behind them. This adaptation helps them stay alert to potential predators. Ostriches can run faster than horses, reaching speeds of up to 45 miles per hour. Their powerful legs not only make them speedy, but also strong enough to deliver a kick that can deter even the fiercest predators. Enjoying these fascinating facts? There's so much more to discover. Like this video and hit the subscribe button to join our journey into the world's most amazing stories. Stay curious, stay amazed. The Amazon rainforest produces 20% of the world's oxygen. Known as the lungs of the Earth, this vast ecosystem absorbs massive amounts of carbon dioxide and releases oxygen, playing a vital role in regulating the planet's atmosphere. Octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood. 2 hearts pump blood to the gills, while the third circulates it to the rest of the body. Their copper-based blood is better suited for surviving in cold, low-oxygen environments. Bananas are technically berries, while strawberries are not. Botanically speaking, berries must grow from a single flower with 1 ovary, making bananas a berry and strawberries an imposter in the berry world. The Earth's inner core is as hot as the surface of the sun. The Earth's inner core is as hot as the surface of the sun. Temperatures in the solid iron-nickel core reach about 5,400 degrees Celsius, or 9,800 degrees Fahrenheit, making it a fiery powerhouse deep within our planet. Whales can communicate across hundreds of miles using low-frequency sounds. These songs travel through water with incredible efficiency, allowing whales to stay in touch even when separated by vast distances. There's a place on Earth where two oceans meet but don't mix. The Gulf of Alaska features a stunning visual where freshwater from melting glaciers meets salty seawater, creating a striking divide due to differences in salinity and density. Your stomach gets a new lining every 3 to 4 days. This constant regeneration protects it from being digested by its own acid, which is strong enough to dissolve metal. Flamingos are born gray and turn pink because of their diet. Their vibrant color comes from carotenoid pigments in the algae and shrimp they consume. Without this diet, flamingos would stay gray. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. It takes the planet 243 Earth days to rotate once, but only 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. This makes a Venusian day the longest in our solar system. Walmart is the largest private employer in the world. With over 2.3 million employees globally, the company employs more people than the population of some entire countries like Latvia or Estonia. Amazon's founder, Jeff Bezos, originally wanted to name the company Cadabra. However, after his lawyer misheard it as cadaver, he decided on Amazon, inspired by the world's largest river, symbolizing something vast and unstoppable. Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backward. Their unique wing structure allows them to hover, rotate, and even reverse mid-flight with incredible precision. Red Bull was inspired by a Thai energy drink called Krating Dang. The name Red Bull is a direct translation, and its iconic logo of 2 Red Bulls was kept from the original. The drink was reformulated and marketed for Western tastes by Austrian entrepreneur Dietrich Mateschitz, turning it into the global energy drink giant we know today. Cats can't taste sweetness. Unlike humans, cats lack taste receptors for sugar, which is why they show no interest in sweet treats. They evolved as strict carnivores, focused on protein-rich diets. Mount Everest's summit contains marine fossils. The limestone and marble at the peak were once part of an ancient seabed, pushed skyward by tectonic activity over millions of years. Kangaroos can't walk backward. Their muscular tails and body structure make it impossible for them to move in reverse, which is unique among mammals. The human brain generates enough electricity to power a small light bulb. Every thought and action is accompanied by electrical impulses, showcasing the incredible energy within our minds. Sharks can detect a single drop of blood in the water from up to a mile away. Their acute sense of smell makes them formidable hunters, capable of tracking prey with precision. The original PlayStation was almost a Nintendo console. Sony and Nintendo partnered in the late 1980s to create a CD-ROM add-on for the Super Nintendo. However, the deal fell apart, and Sony decided to develop its own gaming console instead, leading to the launch of the PlayStation in 1994. It went on to revolutionize gaming and become one of the best-selling consoles of all time. The Statue of Liberty was originally intended for Egypt. French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi initially designed it as a lighthouse for the Suez Canal, but later adapted it as a gift for the United States. There's a species of jellyfish that can live forever. Turritopsis dohrnii reverts to its juvenile form when threatened, effectively bypassing death. This remarkable ability earns it the nickname immortal jellyfish. Alaska is the westernmost and easternmost state in the U.S. Its Aleutian Islands cross the 180th meridian, placing parts of Alaska in both the eastern and western hemispheres. A shrimp's heart is located in its head. This peculiar anatomy places its vital organ near its brain, making shrimp one of the quirkiest creatures in the ocean. Birds are the closest living relatives of dinosaurs. Modern birds share many traits with their ancient ancestors, including hollow bones, feathers, and certain behaviors. Wow, wasn't that fascinating? If you're loving these facts, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing content. Your support keeps the facts coming. Thanks for being awesome. Donald Trump is the only U.S. president to have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He received it in 2007 for his work as a producer on the reality TV show The Apprentice. Over the years, the star has been vandalized multiple times, reflecting the polarizing nature of his public persona. Wow! What an incredible journey we've just been on together. From ancient mysteries to mind-blowing science and quirky facts about the animal kingdom, our world truly is a treasure trove of surprises. These fascinating nuggets of knowledge prove there's always something new to learn, no matter how much we think we already know. But wait, don't let the fun stop here. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the unexpected, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to tap the notification bell so you'll never miss another adventure into the weird, the wonderful, and the downright unbelievable. Got a favorite fact from today's video? Or maybe you've got one of your own that you think could stump us? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And hey, sharing is caring. So send this video to a friend who loves trivia as much as you do. By the time you're done with this video, I promise you'll be hooked. Why?
Well, because I've gathered the wildest, most entertaining facts out there, from how to catch a unicorn to how a teaspoon can weigh about 6 billion tons. And let's just say, corpse flour is as fascinating as it sounds. Fact number 1. Hitoshi Mamura, a Japanese war criminal, was sentenced to 10 years in prison for his wartime actions. Believing the sentence was too light, he built a replica prison in his garden and lived there as a form of self-imposed punishment. Imamura stayed in this makeshift prison until his death in 1968. Fact number 2.
The East India Company was indeed one of the largest and most powerful companies in history at its peak. Founded in 1600, it became a dominant force in global trade, controlling a vast portion of commerce between Britain and its colonies, particularly in Asia. At its height in the 18th century, the East India Company accounted for around half of the world's trade, especially in goods like spices, tea, and silk.
Fact number 3. Beau Brummel was a key figure in revolutionizing British men's fashion during the Regency era. Brummel was famous for his simple yet elegant approach to clothing, preferring well-tailored suits, plain colors, and clean lines over the extravagant styles of the past. He reportedly spent up to 5 hours each day dressing, including the unusual practice of polishing his boots with champagne.
Fact number 4.
In the 19th century, the ampersand and symbol was indeed taught as the 27th letter of the English alphabet. It originated as a shorthand for the Latin word et, meaning and. The symbol was used frequently in writing and, at one point, was considered part of the alphabet. Over time, this phrase became slurred and was eventually shortened to just ampersand, which is the term we use today for the symbol. The ampersand was gradually removed from the formal alphabet, but its usage continued, especially in writing and design. Fact number 5. Nikola Tesla, the renowned inventor and engineer, was indeed fascinated by the idea of longevity. Early in his life, he believed that humans could live to be much older, and at one point, he even expected to live to 150 years. Later, he adjusted this estimate to 135 years, especially after giving up alcohol following the onset of Prohibition. Tesla was also known to have experimented with various methods to improve his health, including exposing himself to high-voltage electrical currents, believing that they might enhance his vitality and longevity. However, despite his optimism about his health, Tesla lived to be 86, passing away in 1943. By the way, if you're enjoying this video and want to support the channel, consider buying me a coffee. The link is in the description below. Every little bit helps. Fact number 6. Venus rotates opposite direction of its orbit around the Sun, a phenomenon called retrograde rotation. This means a day on Venus is longer than its year, with the Sun rising in the west and setting in the east, defying our usual understanding. Fact number 7. A teaspoon of neutron star material weighs about 6 billion tons. These stars, formed from supernova remnants, compress a massive star's core into an object just 20 kilometers wide, creating one of the densest states of matter in the universe, beyond human comprehension. Fact number 8. Olympus Mons on Mars is the largest volcano in the solar system, standing 21.9 kilometers tall, nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest. Spanning 600 kilometers, its sheer size and low slopes are evidence of ancient volcanic activity, making it one of Mars's most awe-inspiring geological features.
Fact number 9.
Platforms like Instagram and TikTok trigger dopamine release, the brain's reward chemical, whenever users receive likes, shares, or comments. This reaction mimics the effects of addictive substances, encouraging prolonged use and dependence. Fact number 10. Elephants exhibit complex emotional behavior and are known to grieve for their deceased companions. They often return to the site where a herd member died, touching the bones and remaining silent in what appears to be a ritualistic mourning process. Fact number 11. It is estimated that over 80% of Earth's species are still undiscovered, particularly in remote ecosystems like deep oceans and dense rainforests. Scientists believe there are millions of species, especially microorganisms, fungi, and insects, that have yet to be identified. Many of these undiscovered species could hold key insights into medicine, biology, and environmental science. Fact number 12. The Inca Empire, which flourished in South America between the 15th and 16th centuries, had no written language. However, the Incas created a complex system of record-keeping using quipus, a series of knotted strings that encoded numerical and statistical information. The Inca also built a vast road network and utilized advanced agricultural techniques, managing an empire that stretched over 2,500 miles without the need for written documents. Fact number 13. Water, particularly untreated water from lakes, rivers, or ponds, can carry millions of bacteria and microorganisms. A single drop of such water may contain enough bacteria to cause illness. In fact, harmful pathogens like E. coli, cholera, and dysentery can be found in contaminated water. This is why water treatment processes such as filtration, disinfection, and chemical treatment are so vital to ensuring safe drinking water for human use. Fact number 14. Allowing your dog to sniff during walks is like letting them read the news of their environment. It provides mental stimulation, reduces stress, and enhances their understanding of the world around them. It's an enriching experience that promotes relaxation and improves their overall well-being, just as exercise does for their body. Fact number 15.
Penguins often give pebbles to females as a courtship gesture. These small stones aren't just romantic, they're also practical, helping build nests to protect their eggs. For penguins, a perfect pebble is like a symbol of love and dedication in their icy world.
Fact number 16. Over the course of a human lifetime, the average person grows about 590 miles of hair. That's roughly the distance from New York to Los Angeles. It's amazing to think about the sheer length our hair can accumulate, growing continually as we go about our daily lives. Fact number 17. Vitaly Klitschko, one of the most dominant figures in heavyweight boxing, was never knocked down. Additionally, Klitschko have a knockout percentage of 87%, meaning nearly 9 out of every 10 of his victories were by knockout. Over the years, Klitschko's dominance in the ring made him a feared champion, earning him the reputation of one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Fact number 18. Did you know that the official nickname of the Boeing B-52 Stratofortress is Buff, which stands for Big Ugly Fat Feller? This nickname reflects its large size and unique design. Despite its humorous name, the B-52 has been a cornerstone of the U.S. Air Force for decades, known for its ability to carry out long-range missions and withstand extreme conditions. It's a symbol of power, durability, and reliability, serving as a vital asset for strategic military operations since its introduction in the 1950s. Fact number 19.
Oceans are responsible for producing at least 50% of the oxygen we breathe, primarily through the action of tiny plant-like organisms called phytoplankton. These microscopic organisms perform photosynthesis, a process in which they absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. The vast majority of the Earth's oxygen supply comes from the ocean, making the health of marine ecosystems critical, not only to marine life, but also to the overall functioning of our planet.
Fact number 20. Colorado's Department of Transportation regularly shuts down one of its major interstates on sunny mornings because of extreme sun glare. The intense sunlight can make it nearly impossible for drivers to see, creating a dangerous driving situation. To prevent accidents, authorities take the precaution of closing the road until the glare subsides. Fact number 21. Water is one of the few substances that can exist in all three states, solid, liquid, and gas, at the same time, known as the triple point. This happens under specific conditions of temperature and pressure. At this precise moment, ice, water, and steam can coexist in a delicate balance. This phenomenon is studied in physics and has applications in fields like thermodynamics and space science. Fact number 22.
Archaeologists believe there are undiscovered ancient civilizations beneath the Earth's surface. In some regions, advancements in technology, like ground-penetrating radar and satellite imagery, have revealed signs of buried cities, ancient roads, and structures. As exploration and excavation continue, we might uncover long-lost cultures that could alter our understanding of human history.
Fact number 23.
The Great Barrier Reef, which stretches over 2,300 kilometers off the coast of Australia, holds the title of the largest living organism on Earth. This coral ecosystem supports a wide range of marine species, including over 1,500 species of fish, 400 types of coral, and countless other marine organisms. It's so vast that it can even be seen from space, making it one of the most incredible natural wonders of the world.
Fact number 24. The construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza remains one of history's most impressive feats. Built over 4,500 years ago, it was constructed with massive stone blocks, each weighing several tons. Despite lacking modern technology like cranes or machinery, the Egyptians engineered a complex system of ramps, levers, and manpower to build these monumental structures. Fact number 25. Around 105 CE, the Chinese official Cai Lun is credited with the invention of paper. Before this, writing materials like silk, bamboo, and animal skins were used, but they were expensive and not easily accessible. Paper revolutionized communication, education, and record-keeping, spreading to other parts of the world, profoundly influencing culture, literacy, and technological development. Fact number 26. In 1928, Alexander Fleming accidentally discovered penicillin, the world's first antibiotic, when he noticed that a mold growing on a petri dish killed surrounding bacteria. Penicillin revolutionized medicine by providing an effective treatment for bacterial infections, saving millions of lives and paving the way for the development of other antibiotics, drastically reducing the death rates from infections worldwide. Fact number 27.
Thousands of years ago, the Sahara Desert wasn't a barren landscape, but a thriving green region filled with lakes, rivers, and lush vegetation. Evidence from prehistoric cave paintings and fossilized remains shows that the Sahara was home to diverse wildlife, including hippos, crocodiles, and early human civilizations. Climate change and shifting weather patterns turned this once fertile land into the world's largest hot desert.
Fact number 28. Beneath Antarctica's thick ice sheets, there are over 400 subglacial lakes, many of which have been isolated from the outside world for millions of years. These lakes remain liquid due to geothermal heat from the Earth's core. Incredibly, researchers have found microbial life forms in these isolated environments, suggesting that life could exist in extreme conditions on other planets, like Mars or Europa. Fact number 29.
The ocean's midnight zone begins around 1,000 meters below the surface, where sunlight can no longer penetrate. It's an eerie and mysterious realm inhabited by bizarre creatures that have adapted to the total darkness, such as bioluminescent fish and giant squid. Despite being one of the largest and most inhospitable environments on Earth, scientists have barely scratched the surface of understanding life in this dark zone.
Fact number 30. The corpse flower, Amorphophallus titanum, is one of the rarest flowers in the world. It blooms infrequently, once every 7 to 10 years, but it's also notorious for its foul odor, resembling rotting flesh. The flower blooms for only a few days before it wilts. Despite its unpleasant scent, the corpse flower is an impressive sight when it blooms, with some reaching up to 3 meters in height.
Fact number 31.
In some volcanic regions, lakes can reach temperatures that are hot enough to cause boiling, even though they are not near the Earth's surface. One such lake is the Boiling Lake in Dominica, which reaches temperatures of around 92 degrees Celsius. The lake is fed by geothermal energy from a nearby volcano, creating a dynamic environment that is constantly changing. Fact number 32. The Dracana cinnabari, also known as the dragon's blood tree, is native to the Socotra archipelago and is named for its distinctive red sap. When the tree's bark is cut, it exudes a resin that resembles blood, which has historically been used in dyes, incense, and even medicine. The tree's unique appearance and the vibrant color of its resin make it one of the most fascinating trees in the world. Despite its striking appearance, the dragon's blood tree is highly adapted to the arid, harsh conditions of the Socotra region, where it survives with minimal water. Fact number 33. The human body is home to trillions of microorganisms, and it may come as a surprise that the number of bacterial cells living inside and on us actually outnumbers our human cells. It's estimated that there are approximately 1.3 bacterial cells for every human cell. These bacteria reside mainly in the gut, where they play vital roles in digestion, boosting the immune system, and maintaining overall health. This intricate ecosystem of bacteria is essential for processes like breaking down food, synthesizing vitamins, and protecting against harmful pathogens. Fact number 34. As of recent estimates, there are over 8 billion smartphones in use worldwide, surpassing the Earth's population. Smartphones now play a central role in communication, entertainment, work, and even health management, influencing nearly every aspect of modern society. Fact number 35. The first computer virus, called Creeper, was created in 1971 by Bob Thomas at BBN Technologies. It wasn't intended to cause harm. Rather, it was more of a prank that displayed the message, "I'm the Creeper. Catch me if you can." It was designed to move between mainframe computers, making it more of an experiment in network security than a malicious threat. It later inspired the creation of the first antivirus program, Reaper.
Fact number 36.
The very first website ever created by Tim Berners-Lee in 1991 is still accessible today. It was designed to explain the concept of the World Wide Web, and its content has remained largely unchanged over the years. The website, hosted at CERN, provides a glimpse into the beginnings of the internet and is a testament to the foundation of the digital world as we know it. Fact number 37. In 1980, IBM introduced the first ever 1 GB hard drive. The drive, called the IBM 3380, was about the size of a refrigerator and weighed a whopping 500 pounds. Compared to today's slim, lightweight drives, this early storage technology seems almost laughable. Yet, it marked a significant milestone in data storage, offering businesses the ability to store vast amounts of information. Fact number 38. Quantum computers, which utilize the principles of quantum mechanics, are capable of solving problems that classical computers cannot handle in a reasonable time frame. This includes breaking most of the encryption algorithms currently used to protect sensitive data. If large-scale quantum computers become operational, they could easily crack codes that are now considered nearly unbreakable, posing a serious challenge to cybersecurity. Fact number 39. Advances in artificial intelligence have enabled the creation of deepfake technology, which can generate highly realistic videos where people's faces and voices are convincingly replaced. While this technology has legitimate uses in film production and entertainment, it has also raised concerns about misinformation, as deepfakes can be used to create misleading content, making it harder to distinguish between what is real and what is fabricated. Fact number 40. The first programmable computer, called the ENIAC Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, was completed in 1945. It weighed over 30 tons and took up a massive room, requiring around 18,000 vacuum tubes to operate. Despite its enormous size and power consumption, the ENIAC was significantly faster than earlier mechanical calculators. Today, computers are vastly more powerful and compact, fitting into devices the size of smartphones. Fact number 41. Studies suggest that the vast majority of our thoughts, behaviors, and actions are driven by the subconscious mind. Sigmund Freud believed that unconscious desires and memories shaped our behavior. Modern psychology supports this idea, suggesting that habitual actions, emotional reactions, and decision-making processes are often automatic and outside of conscious awareness. Fact number 42. Contrary to popular belief, Viking warriors did not wear horned helmets. The iconic image of Vikings sporting horned headgear was popularized by 19th century operas, particularly Richard Wagner's Der Ring der Nibelungen. Archaeological evidence shows that Viking helmets were simple, round, and made of iron. The horned helmets have been debunked as a myth and have no basis in historical accuracy. Fact number 43. In the late 1990s, astronomers discovered that the expansion of the universe is accelerating. This unexpected acceleration is attributed to a mysterious force known as dark energy. Dark energy makes up around 68% of the universe, but scientists still do not fully understand its properties. It exerts a repulsive force, pushing galaxies away from each other, and is a major factor driving the expansion of the cosmos. Fact number 44. Mirror neurons are brain cells that activate both when we perform an action and when we observe someone else performing the same action. These neurons help us understand the feelings and intentions of others by mirroring their behaviors in our own brain. This is believed to play a crucial role in empathy, learning by imitation, and understanding emotions. Fact number 45. One of the most extreme scorelines in sports history came from a football game between Georgia Tech and Cumberland College. Georgia Tech won the game by 222-0, a scoreline so outrageous that it led to the cancellation of Cumberland College's football program. The game is considered one of the biggest blowouts in sports history. Fact number 46. The Great Fire of London in 1666, which destroyed much of the city, began on the night of September 2nd, when a fire started in the bakery of Thomas Fariner on Pudding Lane. A small flame from the bakery's oven quickly spread through the city's wooden buildings, and fueled by strong winds, it became a massive inferno that lasted for several days and destroyed about 87 churches, including St. Paul's Cathedral.
Fact number 47.
Leonardo da Vinci designed the first ever known automaton, often considered a robot. Da Vinci's creation was a mechanical knight capable of sitting, waving its arms, and moving its head. Though it was never built in his lifetime, the design is a precursor to modern robotics. Da Vinci's was a genius in engineering and foresight about human-machine interaction long before technology advanced. Fact number 48. Although black holes are typically associated with their intense gravitational pull that traps light, they can also produce sound waves. When matter is drawn into a black hole, it creates ripples in the fabric of space-time. These ripples can be detected as sound waves by special instruments. These sound waves, however, are not in the range that humans can hear. They are at frequencies much lower than those audible to the human ear. Scientists use these waves to study the behavior of black holes.
Fact number 49.
In 1891, a Canadian physical education instructor named James Naismith invented basketball as a way to keep his students active during the winter. The original game involved a soccer ball and peach baskets, and Naismith wrote down 13 basic rules. The first basketball game was played at the International YMCA Training School in Springfield, Massachusetts, and it has since evolved into one of the most popular sports in the world. Fact number 50. When the Eiffel Tower was constructed in 1880, nice for the Exposition Universelle in Paris, it was intended to be a temporary structure. Originally designed to be dismantled after 20 years, the tower was saved because of its usefulness as a radio transmission tower. Its popularity and the technological advantages it offered allowed it to stay in place and become one of the world's most iconic landmarks. Fact number 51. Rogue planets are planetary bodies that do not orbit a star. These planets are often ejected from their original solar systems, or may have formed outside the gravitational pull of a star. It's estimated that there could be more rogue planets in the Milky Way galaxy than stars. These free-floating planets travel through space without any warmth or light from a star, making them difficult to detect. Fact number 52. The placebo effect is when people experience real changes in their health after taking a treatment that has no active ingredients, simply because they believe it will work. This phenomenon highlights the power of expectation and belief in influencing physical health, and it has been studied in numerous medical trials. Fact number 53. The Andromeda Galaxy, our nearest spiral galaxy, is on a direct collision course with the Milky Way. In about 4.5 billion years, the two galaxies will collide and merge into a single, larger elliptical galaxy. Although the collision will likely result in spectacular cosmic events, the vast distances between stars mean that individual stars will not collide. Instead, the collision will trigger the formation of new stars and radically change the structure of both galaxies. Fact number 54. The fastest goal ever scored in professional football was by Tommy McDonald in 2002 during a match between England's Bradford City and Wimbledon. McDonald launched the ball from the center circle, catching the goalkeeper off guard, and found the net in a stunning 2.8 seconds, breaking the previous record of 3.17 seconds. Fact number 55.
The internet may seem intangible, but it's estimated that all the data on the internet, including websites, emails, photos, and videos, would weigh about 50 grams. This weight is due to the electrons that carry data, which have a tiny mass. While the weight is incredibly small, it's a surprising fact about the digital world we rely on daily. Fact number 56.
There are no longer any significant barriers to a form of human cloning. In 2018, Chinese scientists successfully cloned 2 crab-eating macaques named Zhong and Hua, the first primates to ever be successfully cloned using somatic cell nuclear transfer, the same technique used to clone Dolly the sheep. Fact number 57. Contacts have been around much longer than you think. In fact, the first versions were created in the 1800s, long before plastic was widely available. But here's the ouch part. They were made of glass. Since these early lenses couldn't be shaped to fit just the iris, they had to cover the entire eye. The contact was so severe that people often used cocaine eye drops to numb the pain. Fact number 58.
Today, Christmas is all cheer and festivities, but nearly 400 years ago, it was banned altogether. In 1650, Puritans in New England and England canceled Christmas, declaring it a sinful pagan holiday. Their strict interpretation of Christianity meant no trees, no decorations, and definitely no mince pies. To make sure no one sneaked in a celebration, businesses were required to stay open on Christmas Day.
Fact number 59.
One of the worst nuclear disasters in history, black fungi has been discovered thriving inside the highly radioactive power plant at Chernobyl. When studied in labs, these fungi displayed a bizarre trait. They grew faster when exposed to radiation, almost as if they wanted it. The secret lies in their pigment, melanin, which absorbs gamma radiation and converts it into energy.
Fact number 60. Researchers at Yale University believe babies are born with a basic sense of right and wrong, and they've got the puppets to prove it. In one study, babies watched puppet shows where some puppets performed good deeds while others acted badly. When offered the puppets afterwards, 8 out of 10 babies chose the good ones. In another experiment, treats were placed beside the puppets, and babies were allowed to take them away. Most chose to punish the bad puppets by swiping their treats. Fact number 61. I am is the shortest complete sentence in the English language. True, to make a sentence in English, it should both include a subject and predicate. In the sentence, I am, I is subject and am is a predicate and also expresses a complete thought. Thus, I am is the shortest sentence in English.
Fact number 62.
As of 2024, the internet has more than 1.8 billion websites. However, many of these are not actively maintained or are dead websites. The sheer number of websites reflects the rapid growth of the internet. And every day, thousands of new websites are created, catering to a vast range of interests and needs. Fact number 63. Human nose is incredibly sensitive, and it can remember up to 50,000 different smells. That's a lot of sniffing. Imagine having a memory bank full of everything from freshly baked cookies to your favorite perfume or that funky smell from a crowded subway.
Fact number 64.
While your brain is the control center for everything, it doesn't actually have pain receptors. This is why brain surgery can be performed while the patient is awake. Doctors can operate on the brain without the person feeling pain, though the surrounding tissues definitely do. It's a strange thing to consider when thinking about brain surgery. Fact number 65. It might be discouraging, but it's true. Within an hour of learning something new, your brain forgets about 50% of it. The rate of forgetting slows down over time, but the fact that we forget so much so quickly can be mind-boggling. This is why reviewing information regularly helps it stick. Fact number 66. Like most cats, lion cubs are born blind and entirely dependent on their mothers. They are very vulnerable in their first few weeks of life, and the pride's females work together to care for and protect the young cubs. Cubs open their eyes at about 7 to 10 days old and begin to explore their environment shortly after. Fact number 67. While zebras do vocalize through sounds such as barks, snorts, and whinnies, much of their communication is nonverbal. They rely heavily on body language, such as grooming, ear positioning, and tail movement, to convey emotions and intentions within their group. This helps maintain social cohesion in the herd. Fact number 68. Scientists made an extraordinary discovery while studying human saliva, particularly focusing on mucin 7, a protein responsible for making spit slippery. During their research, they analyzed the mucin 7 gene in individuals from sub-Saharan Africa and uncovered a remarkable, completely unique version of this gene. Further analysis revealed its origins tied to an extinct human species, or ghost lineage, that left no fossils behind. Researchers believe this mysterious species interbred with the ancestors of modern humans around 200,000 years ago. Today, the only trace of this species exists in the genetic makeup of people from that region. Fact number 69. And now for the answer to the most awaited question. I'm not sure if you believe in unicorns, but the ancients certainly did. Contrary to the gentle, almost magical nature we associate with them today, ancient historians described unicorns as fierce and untamable creatures. Pliny the Elder even believed that it was impossible to capture one alive. However, Isidore of Seville had a different theory. He suggested a unique strategy for capturing a unicorn, using a virgin. According to him, if a maiden stood before the unicorn and bared her chest, the creature would become calm, resting its head on her lap and suckling until it fell asleep. Once the unicorn was asleep, hunters could attack. Say what you will about ancient tactics, but this one is as imaginative as the creature itself. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed these amazing facts, but do you know why gold is often referred to as God's currency? Maybe because the gold you have is worth more than diamonds. If you want to learn more about it, make sure to watch this video.
Yes, you are about to get completely hooked on the video you just clicked. Why? Because it's packed with 69 fascinating, hilarious, and downright random facts that you never knew you needed in your life. Now, here's a teaser. Which peculiar obsession of vampires inspired Sesame Street's Count Von Count? Why did a Finnish pizzeria declare revenge on Vladimir Putin with a special pizza? And what happens if you fold a piece of paper 103 times? By the end of this video, you'll know the answers to all those questions, and so much more. So sit back, relax, and let the randomness wash over you like a warm, bubbly lava bath. Not too hot, I hope. Let's go! Fact number 1. The Mafia crime drama. The Sopranos was so accurate in its depiction of mob life that it startled the FBI. Agents monitoring mobsters via wiretaps often heard them discussing the show the following Monday after it aired on Sundays. The mobsters were amazed by the accuracy, with some even suspecting that the show's creators had an inside informant. Fact number 2. Rock and roll legend Elvis Presley was known for wearing necklaces featuring symbols from various religions. When asked about this unique accessory choice, he explained that he didn't want to risk missing out on heaven because of a technicality. Fact number 3. In Japan, people who turn 100 years old traditionally receive a silver cup from the Prime Minister to honor their longevity. However, with the growing number of centenarians in the country, the government has started to issue silver-plated cups instead to keep up with demand. Fact number 4. The Japanese electronics giant Samsung wasn't always in the tech business. It originally started as a company selling noodles. It wasn't until 1970 that they ventured into electronics. Fact number 5. Ever wondered why a second is called a second? It's because it's the second division of an hour by 60, the first division being a minute. But that does make you wonder, why aren't minutes called firsts instead? Well, timekeeping can be quirky like that. I don't make the time rules, I just follow them, no matter how confusing they get. Fact number 6. Did you know Antarctica is actually the largest desert in the world, not the Sahara? Sounds crazy, right? Deserts are classified by their lack of moisture, not heat. Since everything in Antarctica is frozen solid and there's virtually no liquid moisture, it's officially the coldest and largest desert on Earth. Fact number 7. Here's a wild thought. One single man produces enough sperm to impregnate every woman on Earth. Yep, the sheer scale of this biological fact is absolutely mind-boggling. It's nature's way of over-preparing for survival, but also a reminder of just how incredibly potent our bodies are designed to be. Fact number 8. The hashtag we all know and love wasn't always called a pound sign. Its official name is actually the octothorpe. This term goes way back to the early days of telephone engineers. While its exact origins are still debated, the name adds a touch of history and mystery to our modern social media symbol. Fact number 9. Heard of Captain Morgan rum? Turns out Captain Morgan was a real person, a Welsh pirate, to be precise. He later became the Lieutenant Governor of Jamaica. From swashbuckling pirate to government official, Captain Morgan truly lived a life of adventure, worthy of a toast and his iconic rum brand. Fact number 10. The Vatican Bank is truly one of a kind. It's the only bank in the world where you can carry out ATM transactions in Latin. Imagine withdrawing cash while brushing up on your ancient language skills. And while the part about marble account summaries is a joke, the Latin transactions are absolutely real and functional. Fact number 11. The largest snowflake ever recorded fell in Keogh, Montana in 1887, and it measured an astonishing 15 inches wide. That's larger than some birds and bigger than most people can even imagine. While it won't be mistaken for an airplane anytime soon, it's still an incredible and rare weather phenomenon. Fact number 12. In 1386, a pig in France, now infamously known as the Sow of Falaise, was dressed in human clothes, tried in court, and executed by hanging. Why? Because the pig had killed a child by eating its face. As bizarre and brutal as it sounds, medieval justice wasn't exactly known for being kind or rational, even to animals. Fact number 13. You've probably seen it in movies. Bad guys flicking lit cigarettes into puddles of gasoline to trigger dramatic explosions. Unfortunately, movies have lied to us. It's practically impossible to ignite gasoline with a lit cigarette. A group of researchers tried to replicate this in real life 2,000 times and failed every time. So don't try that one at home. Fact number 14. In 2012, a British man got so fed up with relentless cold callers that he came up with an ingenious solution. He legally changed his name to Tim Purr 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 Purr. His hilarious reasoning? He figured telemarketers would see his ridiculously long and absurd name on their lists and decide it wasn't worth the effort to call him. Fact number 15. Did you know that over an average human lifetime, a person produces enough saliva to fill not one, but 2 full-size swimming pools? That's right, your mouth works tirelessly every day to keep itself hydrated and functioning, creating around 1 to 2 liters of saliva daily. While this is fascinating, it's also slightly gross when you imagine those swimming pools filled with nothing but spit. Let's just hope no one takes this fun fact as inspiration for a new type of water park. Fact number 16. In the historic city of Kyoto, Japan, there are 5 temples with ceilings that carry a haunting secret. They're covered in bloody footprints. These ceilings were made using floorboards from a castle where a group of samurai warriors chose to end their own lives through seppuku, ritual suicide, rather than face the dishonor of being captured by their enemies. The bloodstains left behind are now preserved in these temples, with some clearly resembling human footprints. Fact number 17. Saturn, the majestic ringed planet, has a surprising property. It's so low in density that it could theoretically float in water. Of course, this would only be possible if you could find a tub of water large enough to hold the massive planet, which is over 120,000 kilometers in diameter. But here's the twist. If Saturn were submerged, its thick atmosphere would likely dissipate, and its rocky core would sink. So while the idea of a floating planet is fun to imagine, the reality of Saturn's structure would make it impossible. Fact number 18. Back in 1999, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the brilliant minds behind Google, offered to sell their fledgling search engine to the web company Excite for less than $1 million. Shockingly, Excite turned them down, likely believing that Google wouldn't amount to much in the long run. Fast forward to today, and Google is worth hundreds of billions of dollars, dominating the internet and shaping the way we access information. Fact number 19. On the US-Canada border, there's a theater so unique that it's split between 2 countries. The stage is located on the US side, while much of the audience sits in Canada. This fascinating venue allows people to enjoy performances while technically being in different nations at the same time. However, as exciting as this setup might sound, the logistics can be a nightmare. With customs and border rules in play, even attending a simple show requires navigating international protocols. Fact number 20. For every human being on Earth, there are an estimated 1.6 million ants. Yes, you read that correctly. 1.6 million ants per person. This means there are approximately 100 trillion ants crawling around the planet. Their combined weight is believed to roughly equal the weight of all humans. Ants have mastered the art of survival, living in almost every environment and working together in highly organized colonies. Fact number 21. Speaking of ants, German scientists conducted one of the strangest experiments ever. by attaching tiny pig hairs to the legs of individual ants, essentially creating miniature stilts for them. The goal? To see if ants could find their way back to their nests by counting their steps. The results were fascinating. The ants often overshot their nests by about 50%, proving that these tiny creatures rely on an internal pedometer to navigate. It's a quirky yet insightful look into the sophisticated methods ants use to survive. Fact number 22. Every year, over 1 million coins are tossed into Rome's iconic Trevi Fountain. But this isn't just a quirky tourist tradition. This money is collected and used for a good cause. The funds go toward maintaining a supermarket for the poor and needy, giving a charitable purpose to what might otherwise be just a fun cultural ritual. Fact number 23. When Britain switched paracetamol packaging from bottles to blister packs, deaths from intentional overdoses dropped by an astonishing 43%. Why? Because it's much harder to laboriously pop pills out of blister packs one by one than to pour them out of a bottle. This small change in packaging capitalized on a surprising truth about human behavior. Profound laziness can save lives. Fact number 24. In Norse mythology, there's a squirrel named Ratatoskr, whose sole purpose is to carry insults back and forth between a giant eagle and a dragon perched at opposite ends of the mythical world tree, Yggdrasil. Ratatoskr stirs the pot like no other, ensuring that neither creature ever gets along. A gossipy, chaos-loving squirrel. Sounds like someone we all know, doesn't it? Fact number 25. For a brief period in 1913, Vienna was home to Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Leon Trotsky, Josip Broz Tito, and Sigmund Freud, all within 2 square-mile radius. These figures, whose lives shaped the 20th century in wildly different ways, were unknowingly living as neighbors in the Austrian capital. It's a strange, almost surreal historical coincidence that leaves you wondering what might have happened if they'd all bumped into each other at a local cafe. Fact number 26. Compared to other animals, humans might seem physically unimpressive. We can't fly, we're not venomous, and we don't have super speed. But our unique superpower is endurance. Over long distances, a well-trained human can outrun almost any animal on Earth. Early humans used this to their advantage, chasing prey for hours until the animals collapsed from sheer exhaustion. Fact number 27. In 2008, then-Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi criticized Finnish cuisine, mocking the delicacy of marinated reindeer. In response, a Finnish pizza restaurant called Coda Pizza created the Pizza Berlusconi, topped with tomato, cheese, chanterelle mushrooms, red onion, and, of course, reindeer. Their cheeky creation entered the America's Plate International Pizza Contest and won first place, beating the Italian-American team. Fact number 28, October 1994 was an unforgettable month for cinema. At the same time, theaters were showing some of the greatest films in history: Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, The Shawshank Redemption, Jurassic Park, and The Lion King. It was truly a golden era for moviegoers, offering a lineup that remains iconic even decades later. Fact number 29. Here's a surprising fact about big cats. Tigers, jaguars, and leopards are absolutely obsessed with the scent of Calvin Klein's obsession for men. Wildlife photographers use this fragrance to lure these majestic predators out of hiding for the perfect photo. Fact number 30. When Harrison Ford starred in Star Wars: A New Hope, the first film in the legendary series, he was paid a modest $10,000, a small sum for a movie that became a cultural phenomenon. Fast forward to The Force Awakens, the first installment of the sequel trilogy, and Ford's paycheck was a staggering $20 million. Fact number 31. In 2013, a Norwegian developer named Peter Swarovski created a quirky app called Send Me to Heaven. The premise? To turn throwing your smartphone as high into the air as possible into a competitive sport. Swarovski openly admitted that he designed the app with the goal of destroying as many smartphones as he could. Unsurprisingly, Apple banned it from the App Store, but it gained a cult following on Android, where daredevils risk their screens in the name of fun. Fact number 32. Despite popular belief, rice doesn't actually need to grow submerged in water. Farmers grow rice in flooded fields because rice plants can thrive underwater while most weeds and pests cannot, giving the crop an advantage. This technique reduces the need for herbicides and creates ideal conditions for growing the staple grain we all enjoy in countless dishes worldwide. Fact number 33. NASA employs a clever duo of satellites nicknamed Tom and Jerry to measure gravitational anomalies on Earth. These satellites chase each other around the planet, using precise tracking of the distance between them to detect subtle changes in gravity caused by geological features or shifts in mass. Fact number 34. Between 1988 and 1991, former Ukrainian pole vaulter Sergei Bubka became a master of strategic world record breaking. He deliberately broke his own pole vault record by small increments, 14 times over 2 years to be exact, each time earning a $100,000 bonus. Fact number 35. Viking warriors used strong onion soup not as a cure-all, but as a diagnostic tool for battle wounds. After consuming the soup, if the smell of onions was detected coming from their injuries, it was a grim sign that their stomachs had been perforated and death was imminent. This practical, albeit morbid, test allowed their medics to focus efforts on those who still had a fighting chance of survival. Fact number 36. One of the lesser-known clauses in the 1781 U.S. Articles of Confederation, the precursor to the modern U.S. Constitution, declared that Canada could join the United States automatically if it chose to. At the time, Canada largely referred to Quebec, but the offer was never taken up. Imagine how different North America might have looked if history had changed. Fact number 37. Dolphins have been observed deliberately provoking pufferfish to release their defensive toxins, which can have a narcotic effect in small doses. Incredibly, they've even been seen passing the pufferfish around in what looks like a marine version of Puff Puff Pass. These playful and intelligent animals seem to know how to unwind after a long day in the ocean. Fact number 38. Wisconsin is known for its love of beer, and it shows in the numbers. Despite having 5% fewer people than California, Wisconsin boasts an equal number of bars. This translates to about 1 bar for every 1,862 Wisconsinites, compared to 1 bar for every 11,962 Californians. Wisconsin, you've truly earned your reputation as the nation's capital of pub culture. Fact number 39. Legendary actor Martin Sheen, famous for roles like Captain Willard in Apocalypse Now, has another claim to fame. He's been arrested 66 times. Most of these arrests stem from his passionate involvement in protests and civil disobedience, showcasing his dedication to activism alongside his illustrious Hollywood career. Fact number 40. Mythbusters co-host Adam Savage once revealed the most terrifying moment in the show's history. While investigating a myth about a widely available material rumored to be highly explosive under certain conditions, they discovered it was far more dangerous than anticipated. The team decided to destroy all footage and agreed never to disclose their findings. Savage described the experience as utterly chilling, hinting at just how close they came to an uncontrollable disaster. Fact number 41. In 1998, teenage tennis stars Venus and Serena Williams boldly issued a challenge to any male player ranked outside the world's top 200, claiming they could easily beat them. German player Karsten Brasch, ranked 203 at the time, took them up on it. After playing a round of golf and sipping a couple of shandies, Brasch beat both sisters handily. To be fair, Venus and Serena were only 16 and 17 years old at the time. Fact number 42. The British soap opera Coronation Street first aired in 1960 and holds the Guinness World Record for the longest-running television soap opera. With over 9,300 episodes and counting, the show is a beloved cultural staple in the UK, chronicling decades of drama, romance, and intrigue in the fictional town of Weatherfield. Fact number 43. Icelanders face an unusual dating dilemma due to the country's small population of around 375,000 people. To avoid the awkward possibility of dating a distant cousin, they use a special app called Íslendinga app, which lets users check their genealogical connections. Am I related to my crush? Is not just a philosophical question here, it's an essential step in modern Icelandic dating. Fact number 44. On September 11, 2001, the decision to ground every single plane in U.S. airspace was made by just one man, Ben Sliney, who was the Federal Aviation Administration's National Operations Manager. Incredibly, it was also Sliney's first day on the job. His swift and decisive action is widely credited with preventing additional tragedies on that historic day. Fact number 45. Over its 10-season run, the Friends cast became some of the highest-paid actors in television history. By the final season, each main cast member had earned a whopping $88 million. While most fans love them, one might jokingly admit to hating them just a little for their monumental success. Fact number 46. In The Shawshank Redemption, Andy Dufresne's infamous crawl through 500 yards of a sewer pipe filled with human waste wasn't nearly as grim for actor Tim Robbins. The sewage was actually chocolate syrup, giving the scene a bittersweet twist. Fun fact, the filming location still carries a faint smell of cocoa to this day. Fact number 47. Phyllis Smith, who played the beloved Phyllis Vance on The Office, never even auditioned for the role. She was originally working as a casting associate for the show when her demeanor charmed the director so much that he created a role just for her. Fact number 48. The average person has less than 2 legs. Before you argue, here's the math. While most people have 2 legs, there are more individuals with 1 leg or no legs than people with more than 2 legs. This averages out to slightly less than 2 legs per person, approximately 1.999 legs if you're counting. Fact number 49, Popeye, the iconic spinach-loving sailor, has 4 nephews named Peepeye, Pewpie, Poopeye, and Pie-Pie. While the first 3 might seem odd, it's Poopeye who drew the shortest straw. One can only imagine the playground teasing this poor fictional character would endure. Fact number 50. When Sacha Baron Cohen's Borat hit theaters in 2006, many Kazakhs were outraged by the film's portrayal of their country as a backward, absurd place. Kazakhstan's foreign ministry even threatened to sue. Ironically, the movie caused a massive surge in tourism thanks to the publicity. By 2012, the foreign minister publicly thanked Cohen for his unintentional promotional efforts as the country experienced a 10-fold increase in issued visas, dubbing it the Borat effect. Fact number 51. The reason Sesame Street's Count Von Count is a vampire obsessed with counting things is rooted in European folklore. In traditional beliefs, vampires were thought to be compulsively obsessed with details, particularly numbers, and would often count things. This quirky characteristic made him the perfect character for the show, combining the spooky with the educational. Fact number 52. A German architect named Hermann Sorgel spent much of his life promoting an outlandish idea: damming and draining the Mediterranean Sea. His plan was to create vast amounts of farmland and unite Europe and Africa into one supercontinent called Atlantropa. Unsurprisingly, his grand vision was never realized, and the Mediterranean remains a massive body of water to this day. Fact number 53. Blackcurrant, a fruit beloved by Europeans and much of the world, has a tangy, sweet flavor that is often enjoyed in beverages. However, most Americans have never tasted it. Blackcurrants were banned in the U.S. in the early 1900s due to their role in spreading a disease among white pine trees, which were important for the timber industry. As a result, the fruit has been largely unavailable in the U.S. for decades. Fact number 54. The smartphone in your pocket, whether it's an iPhone or another model, has more computational power than what NASA used to land on the moon. This is especially amazing when you consider that most people primarily use their phones for checking social media or sending pictures of their cats to friends. In the grand scheme of things, we have more computing power in our hands than was used for one of humanity's greatest achievements. Fact number 55. Monaco holds the title of the country with the most millionaires per capita in the world, while London leads in terms of the total number of millionaires, and New York tops the list for billionaires. It's fascinating to see how wealth is distributed in different cities and countries worldwide, with some places becoming hubs for the richest individuals. Fact number 56. In 1946, the United States attempted to buy Greenland from Denmark for $100 million in order to build a missile defense system on the island. Denmark refused to sell the territory, and Greenland has remained an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. Fact number 57. Brace yourself for this somber fact. Approximately 93% of all humans who have ever lived are now dead. This is a staggering statistic, emphasizing the brevity of human existence compared to the vast timeline of Earth's history. Life is short, so make it count. Fact number 58. Speaking of every human ever, each person spent about half an hour as a single cell before they were born. This is the embryonic stage where humans start as a single fertilized egg that divides and grows into the complex beings we become. It's mind-blowing to think that every human being, no matter how different, started from the same humble origin. Fact number 59. If you were to remove all the empty space within the atoms of every person on Earth, the entire global human population could be compressed into a mass roughly the size of an apple. Fact number 60. Speaking of shrinking massive things down, imagine scaling down the sun to the size of a white blood cell. If this were possible, our entire Milky Way galaxy would be the size of the continental United States. Of course, shrinking the sun would destroy the solar system and make life on Earth impossible, so it's a good thing that's not going to happen anytime soon. Fact number 61. All mirrors have a subtle green tint. This happens because mirrors reflect slightly more green light than other colors, due to the materials used to make them. If you place 2 mirrors opposite each other, you can observe the color shift. The reflections progressively become more green as they move farther away. Fact number 62. In Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, you may have admired the Nazi uniforms, especially the distinctive ones worn during the book-burning scene. However, those costumes are historically accurate. They were designed by none other than Hugo Boss. Yes, the same brand known for high-end fashion today. The uniforms seen in the movie were originally produced by the company for the German military during World War II. Fact number 63. Earth is the only known planet in the universe where fire can burn. Fire needs oxygen to sustain combustion, and while other planets may have gases and volatile elements, none have the right balance of oxygen in their atmospheres to support flames. So, the next time you're lighting a match, remember how unique Earth is in enabling that process. Fact number 64. Ismail ibn Sharif, the second ruler of Morocco's Alois dynasty, holds the record for fathering the most children by a single man. With an astonishing 867 children, he is believed to have the highest verifiable number of offspring ever produced by one person. Quite a legacy, wouldn't you say? Fact number 65. In 2010, the U.S. Department of Defense used a very unconventional supercomputer setup to tackle high-tech problems. 1,760 PlayStation 3 consoles hooked together. This arrangement was the fastest supercomputer available to the department at the time. Next time your grandma gives you a hard time about playing video games, tell her you're helping protect the country. Fact number 66. When Microsoft launched its own line of phones, the company held a mock funeral for the iPhone, claiming its death was imminent. In hindsight, that might have been a tad overconfident. Apple's iPhone went on to become one of the most successful tech products in history, leaving Microsoft's strategy in the dust. Fact number 67. If you could fold a sheet of paper in half as many times as you wanted, by the 103rd fold, the resulting thickness would equal the width of the entire observable universe. This phenomenon is an example of exponential growth, where even small increments become overwhelmingly large over time. It's hard to imagine such growth in a simple physical object. Fact number 68. The names Whataburger and Whataburger belong to two separate American burger chains, both founded in 1950. The surprising part? Neither restaurant had any idea the other existed until the 1970s. They were completely independent and unaware of each other for over 2 decades, an odd coincidence in the world of fast food. Fact number 69. The can-can dance, which originated in the 1840s, was once considered scandalous. It became famous for its high-energy kicks and acrobatic movements, often exposing more than just the dancer's legs. But it wasn't just about societal prudishness. Many women at the time wore panelettes, a type of loose underwear with an open crotch, making the can-can all the more revealing. It was the 19th century version of the modern twerk. And there you have it. 69 facts about anything and everything, covered. If your brain isn't swimming in randomness by now, I don't know what to tell you. But wait, if you loved this, there's even more randomness waiting for you in our previous video, 69 wild and wacky facts about, well, everything. That's right, it's like this video's quirky older sibling. So go check it out if you haven't already. I promise it's worth it. Until then, next time.